Hey everyone, Gabby here, and in this video we will be covering the mobile device design of our modules and the layout that we give our students when we're designing content for our course. So things that we need to consider when we're using these. There's a couple of things, and I'm going to just briefly talk about them and then show a few of them. So the first one we're going to talk about is text headers. So when students are on a mobile device, it's really helpful if text headers are included within the module to help students see what part of the module that they're on. So let me show you what that looks like over here. So in my module right here, the only text header I have is learn. But to add another header, I'm going to go to the module title, click on the plus button, and see how it says add blank. I can click any of these, and part of those options is a text header. And I like to do things in my course with learn, apply, reflect. So the second one would be apply, add item, and it goes to the bottom. And I can click, hold, and drag, put it in the part of my module where it changes it up. And then I can click the add again, text header, and I can do reflect, add, and then I click hold drag where I want that to go in my course. So because I've added these headers, it will look like this for the students on their mobile device, so they can just stay organized in the course. All right, the next one is chunking content. So you'll notice on the left-hand side, there's a page here that's really long and it's got a lot of content. The downside to that is students could get lost, and it can be a little overstimulating and overwhelming for them to look at a page that's really long. So you can chunk out that same page into multiple pages, but with less content. So when students are on a bus ride or traveling or at home and the only device they have access to is a mobile device, then they can see, okay, I have these pages that I need to cover. If I do 2.1 and 2.2 right now, I'll take a break. And then after dinner, I'll do 2.3 and 2.4. So this can just help the students see where they're at with the content instead of having to scroll like they are on the left and then getting lost. All right, the next piece is comparing how students access any of the files or content we put on a page. So on the left, this is what they'll see if it's a Word document. In the center, this is a PDF. And on the right is just a Canvas page. So you can see the difference in how they're viewing the same information. So the PDF is further zoomed out, and the Canvas page is a little bit easier to see and read because it's within Canvas's page builder instead of using a PDF or a file. So that's just something to consider with design and workflow and visual appearance for the mobile devices. The next one is just consideration for where we are navigating students to. This is a really good example. So you'll see at the bottom of this page, I'm going to zoom in so you can see a little bit better, says submit your assignment using the submit button located at the top of this page. That's fabulous if you're using a desktop computer, a Chromebook, or any sort of laptop. But if they're on the device, on a mobile device, then they're going to have a tab in the center of that assignment. So train students to know how to use both, and then consider just gentle reminders of if you're using a mobile device, you need to click on the submission tab. If you're on a laptop, you can use the button on the right, that's blue. Now, the next piece is knowing what's going to be accessible for your students if you're using other links to other websites. So this is a really good example. Panda flashcards. It says use the flashcards below to help you study for your weekly Panda quiz. Please note, these flashcards are not compatible with mobile devices. Please use a desktop computer or notebook to complete this practice. So making a note to the students, hey, if it doesn't work, here's what you got to do. This is going to limit the emails that we get in our inbox from our students that are saying, help, it's not working, what do I do? I would probably even highlight this in my module or put it all in bold so that they have a friendly, larger reminder so that they don't miss it. Then the last piece of mobile device design is making requirements part of your module. So if a student has read a page or has viewed it, they understand it and they're ready to move on, in the top right corner of their screen on a mobile device, it'll have a button that says mark as done. When they do that then and they go to the module view, they'll see green check marks next to the things that they have completed. So they know where they left off and how to move forward. This is really helpful for students that use their mobile device a lot and helps them stay organized so long as you can train them. So something that I would consider doing at the beginning of the school year would be to have students get their devices out and download the app, as long as it's okay with their parents, and have them play around with the app in your course so that you can start to train them for those expectations and procedures for what it looks like and how it's different from a Chromebook or a laptop. So in this video, we've covered a lot of small topics and things to consider with our mobile devices that our students use. So just keep that in mind as you're building content for your students. Know that it does look a little different, and sometimes if we're sending them to things or having them view things, it will look different. So keep that in mind as you keep moving forward with building your course.